the duration of the Trump administration, their reputation has been beaten to the brink of exhaustion with the Russia collusion accusations. Everyone from President Trump down to his White House staffers has been investigated, questioned, and treated like criminals to find some viable reason to negate the 2016 election results. While the Trump staffers have the heat put on them, Hillary's losing party and clan of political insiders have toured the country, throwing the pity party of the decade, and claiming that the election was rigged. The ironic part about the entire Russia investigation and the claims made by the Clinton campaign too, is that everything learned points to the election indeed being rigged. Almost every piece of evidence that the particular investigation uncovers seems to point to there being collusion among powerful Washingtonites against Trump and for Hillary. As it turns out, the election was rigged, just not well enough. We don't have all the information yet, but it appears that there were plenty of Russia business connections between 2016 contenders and Russians, but they were in the back pocket of a pantsuit that was worn without a power tie. The Washington Examiner reports that discoveries in the Russia collusion investigation point the finger firmly at the Clinton Foundation. New emails show Clinton Foundation staff pushed Hillary Clinton's State Department to approve a meeting between Bill Clinton and a powerful Russian oligarch as her agency lined up investors for a project under his purview. The Clintons' relationship with Viktor Vekselberg, the billionaire whose name appears in the documents, has taken on new significance amid an expanding criminal investigation into his company. Last week, authorities raided the offices of Vekselberg's firm, Renova Group, following allegations of bribery from several of Renova's subsidiaries. Vekselberg had been named head of a partnership dubbed the Russian Silicon Valley just 3 months before a Clinton Foundation employee began pushing the State Department to approve Bill Clinton's proposed meeting with Vekselberg and a handful of other Russian executives. Vekselberg's Renova Group has donated between $50,000 and $100,000 to the Clinton Foundation, donor records show. Another firm associated with Vekselberg, OC Oerlikon, donated $25,000 to the Clinton Foundation. Hillary Clinton, responsible for the mechanics of the Russia reset, was tasked with finding companies to invest in and work with Skolkovo in the early months of her tenure. 4 days after Hillary Clinton met with then-Russian President Dmitry Medvedev in March 2010, Medvedev announced that Vekselberg would head up the Skolkovo project. Just 1 day after Hillary Clinton had a private phone call with John Chambers, CEO of Cisco, Medvedev met with Cisco executives in California. That same day, Vekselberg announced that Cisco and Boeing would invest in Skolkovo. Both Cisco and Boeing are major Clinton Foundation donors. Cisco paid Bill Clinton $256,000 for a speech in October 2010. Just 3 months after Vekselberg's announcement that the firm would invest $1 billion in Skolkovo. As Peter Schweitzer, author of Clinton Cash, noted in his report on the technology project, 17 of the 28 companies that were ultimately listed as key partners in Skolkovo were also Clinton Foundation donors. The Clintons' relationship to Vekselberg continued throughout Hillary Clinton's time at the State Department. In 2012, Desai approached members of Hillary Clinton's staff to determine whether they would have concerns about Vekselberg's attendance at an upcoming Clinton Global Initiative meeting, according to emails Citizens United obtained last year. Vekselberg was reportedly questioned a year later during a 2013 investigation of alleged corruption within Skolkovo. Russian security officials raided the Moscow offices of Renova last week amid allegations that executives in firms controlled by Vekselberg had bribed regional officials, according to a Reuters report. The new emails come as Hillary Clinton struggles to reconcile her claim that the Clinton Foundation posed no conflicts of interest for her family while she served as Secretary of State, with her pledge to eliminate foreign and corporate donations to the charity if she wins the presidency. The Democratic nominee has ratcheted up her rhetoric against Russia in recent weeks, accusing her opponent of displaying dangerous affection for Russian President Vladimir Putin. But many of her past statements about the foundation and her ties to its donors have been thrown back into the spotlight amid new evidence from the FBI that Hillary Clinton's staff destroyed evidence sought by investigators and subsequently misrepresented their efforts to turn over documents. Please just pause for a moment and imagine the trouble that the Trump campaign would have been in if they'd done even half of this. And these are only the ones that we know about. The Democrats would bring back lynching, so that they'd have a chance to watch him twitch. The double standard is unacceptable, and even if it weren't, someone lying to the American people on this level should be completely unacceptable. The Clintons' time in Washington has run its course. It's time for people to take a long hard look at what they would do if they weren't scared of what the Clintons would do in return.